let me tell you something. A lot of people wanted to know my story. And I won't really get into the major details of it for those that haven't went on the page. And it's not even detailed even then. Like I said, there's some things that I am purposely saving for the documentary that is to come. But the purpose of this vlog series entitled Naked is because, number one, we're the most vulnerable when we're naked. And that is originally what we were intended to be. In the very beginning, when you go back to the Garden of Eden, when you go back to the fact that, Adam and Eve were placed in that garden, and they didn't even have, they didn't know subconsciously that they were naked. In their mind, they felt whole, without having any type of clothing, whatever the case may be. No makeup, no, goatee, no, do-rags, no, whatever, like, jewelry, you name it. Like, they were without any, they were just bare, or whatever. And it was at that moment in life where life for them was perfect, because that was how God made them. And so, in this day and age and time, we have so many things that we put on, whether it be, garments, or whether it be, accessories, or even other people. We literally, as humans, will hide behind the images of other people, and because they don't want the vulnerable side of them to show. They don't want to be able to let the realness and without even knowing it, you take away your innocence, you take away your pureness, you take away your godliness in you, the image that you were made, in, or whatever the case may be, which was your godly image. And so, coming to you naked, I'll be presenting bits and pieces of my life. Yes, I'm still going to be doing the captured. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't want y'all to be selfish. If God done brought you through some things, you need to open up your mouth and you need to share your story. Now, I understand people are camera shy. And I understand people can't be bold like myself and say, listen, God, you took me out of my comfort zone. Okay? When you placed me in fires that I didn't think that I could come up out of untouched. So I'm willing to do whatever. Things that I'm uncomfortable with, I'll get comfortable with. I'll learn to be comfortable with, because I owe you just that much. And I understand people can't talk like that. And so you may be camera shy. You may not want to show your face with telling your story. Stories in which people that know you may not even know about you. And so I get it. You gotta baby step your way into that thing, and I understand that. But listen, there's nothing wrong with sending me voice clips. Like, I know it's some people out here that need to share their story in a therapeutic way. I know it's some people out here, God been pulling at you, saying, look, you need to contact Miracle Hunters. You need to tell my people what I've done for you. Because it's other people, it's other God people, okay, that is trying to overcome what he has allowed you to overcome. And so don't be selfish enough to keep it in. Let those people know that God is performing miracles like the ones you done came through. Okay? I encourage you to do that. I don't care if I gotta work non-stop, because listen, I work full-time for God. If I can work full-time for man, I can work full-time for God. So yes, I work full-time for God, okay? I lose sleep if I got to make sure your story get heard, to make sure your testimony get heard, to make sure God's people hear what he done did for you, okay? So, yes, send in your story. I'll still do capture. But I'm also going to present nakedness, because again, a lot of times too, people, they be so worried about being popular. If you sit back, and you think about Jesus' life, he wasn't really popular before his death, or what I like to call his footprints. He had to actually leave footprints when he died in order to get his quote-unquote popularity, or in order for people to understand exactly the true meaning of what his life meant. He had to die first. You understand what I'm saying? And leave his footprints. He had to go away and leave his footprints. Some of y'all right now, and I'm going to speak this prophetic word over some of y'all lives, okay? Quit worrying about being popular with your situation, whether it happened tragically or not. Quit worrying about being popular when it comes down to telling your story. Quit worrying about being popular when it comes down to whatever situation you may be in. Because, baby, I'm here to tell you at the end of the day, it's going to be when you leave your footprint. You gotta die to yourself first in order to get your popularity, in order to touch lives, in order to change lives, in order for people to understand the glory and the God in your situation and in your story and whatnot. So don't just wait. Don't just think that your stuff gonna come in the right now while you walking it, baby. You gotta leave your footprint first. Welcome to the first episode of Naked. Again, we do ministry merch. God touch your heart and say, hey, you want to support this ministry, you go right ahead on and do so. The Instagram page has a way for you to be able to purchase that ministry merch. If you just feel the need to say, listen, I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's just something about it's just being brought to the table, the way God is using this woman that I want to be a part of. And yeah, I don't have much, but I want to sow into this ministry. I feel like this job that this lady is doing by dedicating her whole life, whether you able to sow or not, whether you able to sow a little or a lot, I'ma still work for God because I owe him everything. I lost everything. I lost every single thing and ended up realizing that God was everything that I ever needed. So I'm going to spend the rest of my life. No, I ain't perfect, and I ain't aiming to be perfect because I know I ain't got to be. He loved me still. He ain't never stopped loving me. He ain't never failed me yet. But I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life working for God. Seeds or no seed. But if you feel drawn to be able to sow that, you can do so as well. You can do so by going to the channel and looking on the description on the channel, or you can do so by going to the page, the Instagram page, and looking under the highlights on how to do that as well. And again, welcome to the series of Miracle Hunters. Nikki, I love y'all, and you guys be